Hello guys, you're welcome to Bisco Fashion, and if you're one of my returning subscribers, I want to welcome you once again. You're welcome and thank you for watching my videos, and thank you for coming back to watch. Alright, in this video we are going to be drafting the basic skirt, the long skirt to be precise, which is going to start from the waist down to the ankle. Alright, we are drafting the long skirt here, so we are going to be using this basic skirt pattern in drafting it, and we are going to cut it on this Ankara fabric. Okay, so we are going to do the cutting and the cutting of the interfacing, which is the lining. Okay, we are going to use this basic skirt pattern just like I said. This is a short one. We are going to use it in drafting our long skirt. Okay, if you don't know how to draft this, or you really want to learn more about it, you can check the channel. I have a video of how I drafted this. All right, I can as well drop the link in the description box. All right, you can just check later and learn how you can draft your basic skirt and make it as nice and beautiful as this. Okay, now we are going to draft the long skirt and we are going to cut it out, and at the same time we are going to cut the interfacing. Okay, this is the back block, while this is the front block. So we are going to start with the front. Okay, so this is my fabric. I have it folded into two already. As you can see, I have it folded into two, and this is the middle here. Okay, this is my front pattern. Okay, this is the middle. So the center front must face this folded part. It must not be like this, it must not be like that. All right, the side can be here, while the center front must face this. So if you are drafting yours, please take note of that, because after cutting, this has to be, the front pattern has to be single, has to be just be one, so you can't cut it into two pieces, right? Because you don't want to have joining at the center front. Okay, all right. When I drafted this, I did not add any allowance on the pattern. I'm just going to be doing that on my fabric right now. The first thing I will do, I will take the measurement from my waist to my ankle, and I will just place it on this, fabric, as you can see. So my measurement is 39. My measurement is 39 inches. Okay, this is 39 inches. All right, I'm marking the length of my long skirt. I'm marking the length. Okay. That is 39 inches. All right, the next thing I will do now, I'll just pin the paper. I'll pin it with a fabric. All right, I will pin it with the fabric so that it will not be moving, so that I can have a perfect and neat cutting. Okay, before I do that, I want to explain something to you that might be confusing to you. I'll be adding my sewing allowance at the center front. Why am I doing that? Because I want this shape to be perfect. If I'm adding the allowance here, it might not be as straight and perfect. It might not be as curvy. It might not be exactly this shape. All right, I might not get it right. So I'm just going to add it here, so that I can maintain this shape at the edge here. And I'm going to be adding 1.5 sewing allowance here. Why is it that much? Because that is how I want it. That is how I want it. After sewing my dress, I still want to have some allowance in it. So I'm adding 1.5 sewing allowance. After sewing, I still want to have extra allowances. Alright. So this depends on you. You can make yours half of an inch. You can make it 1 inch. You can also decide to make it more than that, just like I'm doing here. So it actually depends on you. Okay, I'm marking it down here. Why? Because I'm just going to use this later to fold it in. I'm just going to use it to fold it in later. That's why I'm marking it there. Okay, I hope you can see me very well. And I hope you are getting me. We are working with the front pattern right now and not the back pattern. We are working with the front pattern. Just like I told you, I want to have 1.5 sewing allowance, 1.5 inches sewing allowance on the front pattern. And I don't want to add the allowance here because I want to maintain this shape. I don't want it to be rough, and I don't want to miss anything here. I want to maintain this shape, so that's why I'm adding the allowance here at the center front. All right guys, hope you are following me. Now I'm just going to pin it down. I'm trying to let it fall on that line. Don't be confused here. We are doing the right thing actually. All right, don't be confused. Just like I said, the allowance, the amount of allowance you want to add it depends on you. That's why I don't like adding allowance on my patterns, so that whenever I want to make something with the dress, I would like to add as much or as little as I want. So now, just like I said, we are making a long skirt. This is not a short skirt. We are making it long to our knee. So what am I going to do? I'm just going to take this measurement right from here to here, which is 9, and this is 9.5. I have 9.5 here, 9.5, and I'm just going to mark it down to extend this down, to extend the line. I'm just going to mark down my 9.5, and I'm going to extend it down. You know, that pattern is a short skirt pattern, the basic skirt pattern, and we are making a long skirt here. So, and I want my work to be straight and neat, so that's why I'm marking this down. I don't want to just cut it out like that. And I hope you can understand me very well. All right, that's it. Mhm. All right, as you can see, that is it. This is the front pattern. This is the front pattern, and this is my sewing allowance. This is 1.5 inches sewing allowance. Just like I said, I want to have as much as I want, as I like. So if you are making yours, just put as much as you want, but don't let it be too much actually. But it's better to be much rather than for it to not be enough. All right, so this is it. This is my basic skirt pattern placed on it, and I've already pinned it together. This is my sewing allowance. All right, I hope you can see. And I just take this measurement down and I mark it. This is my measurement. Just like I said, we're going to be using this extra one to fold it in. So when we are cutting the lining, we just understand how we are going to use that. Okay, and now I'm just going to cut it out. We are done with the front cutting, and that is how simple it could be. Alright, we are done with the front cutting. Let me just put that beside. Okay, this is the front. As you can see, alright, this is it. This is it. And you can still see that pencil shape I gave it right from when I drafted this basic skirt. I hope you can just see it like that. Okay, so that is it for the front pattern. That is it for the front pattern. I want to do something here. Now I'm just going to do something. I'm going to notch the length of my skirt, which is 39. Okay, I'll take the measurement here at the center here. This is 39 inches, right? Plus 1 inch that I'm just going to use it to sew it. No, half of an inch to sew it at the waistline here. That will be 39 and a half. 39 and a half. So I'm just going to notch it at the center. You know, if you are following this pattern, you will discover that we have half of an inch at this side. It is half of an inch longer than the center front, longer than the center, as you can see. All right, so if I'm just going to mark that 39 and half inch here, I'm just going to notch 40 inches here. 40. I'm going to notch 40 inches here. Because of that half of an inch and half of an inch, which I'm just going to use it to sew it at the upper part here. All right, this is 40 inches, and I'm just going to notch it so that I will be able to identify where I'm going to turn it. All right, that is it for the front. You know, I added 1.5 inches sewing allowance at the front pattern. So here, you don't need to just place it directly here by force. You can just place it anyhow. This might be here and this might be here, because we are going to cut this into two. Okay, so it's not necessary it's not necessary the center must be here. You just cut it anywhere you like and it's convenient for you. All right. Just like I said, I'll be adding like 2.5 inches sewing allowance on the back pattern, because I added 1.5 at the front pattern. So, and I needed much here. So I'm going to be marking out my 2.5 inches now. I'm going to be marking it out. All right, that is it. And now I'm just going to pin it. All right, I hope that is clear. Okay, let me extend the line down here. This is what? This is 10 and a half. 10 and a half. More than that. Now I'm going to cut it out. going to be extending this also. And now I'll cut it. I'm going to cut it into two. So this is what we have at the end of the day. This is the back. That is the front. Now let me notch it, just like I did for the back. Let me notch it. Let me notch it. This is the center front. I'm just going to notch 39 and a half here. 39 and a half here. And here 40 inches. Why? Because this side is half of an inch longer than this side. So that's why I'm notching 39 and a half here and 40 inches here. So that we balance together. Alright, we are done. So this is the back. And this is the front. Alright guys, now we are just going to cut the lining. Okay, this is the front, while this is the back. Okay, let's cut the front first. Okay, the first thing I will do is to just indicate my notch here. So this is the notch, as you can see. So this is the length of my skirt. This one is just the extra that I'm just going to use to fold the lining. So this is the notch. So I'm going to fold it. I'm going to fold it like so. As you can see, this is our lining. All right. So this is the notch. And I'm just going to fold it because the lining will not reach this place. Okay. The folding is perfect. I'm just trying to check if I'm folding it. Okay. All right. As you can see, I folded it. This is the length of our skirt from here to here, which is 39 plus half inch sewing allowance. This is the exact length. So I'm just going to fold this extra like this. I'm just going to fold it like this, as you can see. All right, so our lining will not reach this place. Our lining is going to start from here, from this folding upward. So this is where our lining is going to start. As you can see, this is the front skirt, the front, right? So our lining is going to start from here, while this one will be down here, will be down there. All right, so let me just fold the lining. Let me just fold the lining. So this is it. So the lining is just going to start from here, plus like half of an inch sewing allowance, which you are going to use to join it to this side. All right, I hope you can see it. So I have like half of an inch sewing allowance here, which I'm just going to use to join it together. All right, I've already positioned it very well. So I hope you can see me very well. So this is it. As you can see, this is just perfect. This is just perfect. It is not reaching the down part because this is what this extra is going to serve as the lining for the down part, while the lining will start from here upward. I hope you are getting me right. Now I'm just going to cut it out. This is all right. If you are cutting yours, you can actually pin it down for it to be easy and accurate. So you can pin it down. As you can see, this is it. So this is it. The line is starting from here, and this extra is the one we are going to use to join it together. So at the end of the day, you have the exact one you need. Okay, that is all for the front. Now the back. Now the back. So the first thing I'm going to do also is to locate the notch. This is the notch here and here. If you observe very well, you will discover that I notch it at one side on the front. So I can't possibly notch it at the center front, right? Because that one is on fold. So I can't notch it to avoid. But here, we have already cut this into two. So I notch it on both sides. All right, this is it. And now I'm going to place the lining. Okay. Just like I said, you can just pin it down to avoid the lining falling off or shaking. You can just pin it down. Okay. So that is it. Now I'm just going to cut it out. I'm going to cut it here as well. And you just have to place your hand at the middle like this and hold it down so that you will have the same cutting. Alright, that is it. We are done with the cutting. As you can see, so when sewing, you are just going to use this to turn it. You are going to, okay, let me use this to explain. When sewing it, this is the right side. This is the right side of the fabric. So you are just going to place the lining. You're just going to place the lining and use it to turn it, sew it. Sew it. Okay, let me just spin it so that you can see. So you sew it at the hem like this. is how it is going to be. Okay, so this is actually the excesses that we have at the hemline, as you can see. All right, so it is what you are just going to use to turn it like this. Okay, this is the right side, and this is what we have at the end of the day. This is what we have. So I'm just going to check the measurement for you to see. Our original measurement is 39 inches. So here we have 39 and a half. And that half of an inch extra is what we are going to use to sew it up here. Alright, so after sewing, we are just going to have our exact 39 inches. Okay, we have come to the end of this class, and I hope you have been able to learn. Thank you for watching, thank you for subscribing, and see you in my next video. If you haven't subscribed, please just do that immediately, and you can also drop your question or your suggestion in the comment section, which I'll be attending to. Thank you.